Poof, how's it going, everybody? Happy Big Wednesday. Man, I've been all over it because, recently I've been having weird issues with my dumb limbs, right? So I've been kind of sporadically taking some time off, right? So during that time, I've been exploring Twitch and other things that are like, I don't like to watch shows or movies or anything. I really feel like those are a waste of time for me, right? And that's really, it makes no sense, but that's how I feel. And I don't usually play video games off stream. There are some exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, I don't do that. Because that also seems like a waste, right? Why would you do that when there are so many people that subscribe and love watching you play video games? They would appreciate it if you just flip that switch. So that's kind of a rule, right? So I've been looking around, and I've been noticing that there's a lot of interesting looseness to the IRL streaming, And that's so interesting to me. Like, what if I were able to use your ability to know things that I don't know for my own personal gain? Like, for example, you guys would be very good at, for example, showing me music, right? That I may or may not enjoy. That's just one example that I never thought of. So you could do an IRL stream where you turn this shit on, and all it is you're sitting here fucking twiddling your hair, right? Right? That kind of shit. And the whole point of the stream is that you guys show me your favorite music, and we listen to it, and at the end of that stream, you may come out with some really valuable shit, right? Like, I just learned about this great song that I didn't know about. Music is a really important part of life, right? So it's like, it's just a thought that came on me when I was browsing Twitch. Because you guys know me. I like productivity. I don't like wasting time. I don't like fucking watching shit like I don't get into Breaking Bad or any kind of TV shows or anything like that, right? Shit's a waste. I want to be productivo. How do you say productive in Spanish? Is out to save IRL streaming? No, I mean, IRL streaming, I think a lot of people look at it in kind of a either skeptical or even a perhaps negative way, because there's so many chicks on there that are just looking good on camera. That's it, right? And you could, on the one hand, you could look at that and be a real displeased person, right? You could be like, dude, I put all this time, I have a green screen, I spend hours and hours playing games, I'm skilled, I'm charismatic, and there are only this many people watching me, and these girls, all they do is show their cooch and teats and chill, and that's it, and they get tons of people watching them, right? You could have that attitude, but the reality of the situation is that's, first of all, not going to help you when it comes to the hairline department, right? And furthermore, you're not going to stop them. So all you're doing is you're just like getting owned, basically. You're creating an opponent for yourself, and it's an opponent that you can't beat. But you created the opponent. It wasn't even there. If you didn't have that attitude, there's no opponent. I don't even think, I don't know. It's just the way I think, So, to me, when I look at IRL streaming, I look at it as, wow, this is such an open-ended idea. You can literally be anything from a musician to someone who's at a concert to a girl showing her cooch and teats to anything. You could be anything here, and it could be successful. You don't have to be a girl showing her cooch and teats, but you could. If you got a cooch and you got some teats and you can figure out how to turn on a computer and, boom, you're in. So, I'm just saying, I've been looking at IRL, and I've been looking at it in a, you don't necessarily have to walk around the city like a douchebag or show your ass cheeks. You could use it in a more, use it in a good way. For something, I don't know what the idea is yet, but there's an idea right there, I'm on the cusp of having an idea. Did you guys watch Flo's IRL stream today? I caught the tail end of it. I guess, I didn't see the beginning, but he went to the store, bought ingredients, then came home and cooked them and made food. That seems like such a crazy, like really hard thing to do. When I think about that, I think to myself, man, that is like...
Sammy, what are you doing, my friend? Shut up.
Cooking is very easy. Yeah, I don't think cooking is hard at all, actually. But streaming yourself cooking, setting that up, setting up the mobile stream and doing that, and not only that, actually doing it. I mean, walking through a grocery store, talking to yourself and thanking subs with a selfie stick is like really challenging. Really challenging, if you ask me. I mean, it's really challenging. That is not something that is easy to do. Ignoring everyone around you, talking to your phone with a selfie stick out, and thanking subs and donations in public. It's not something that's easy to just be like, oh, that's not hard to do. That is a challenge. I would say that for me, that would be a very difficult thing to do. I can't even envision myself doing it. Envision? Whatever. Thanks, Mudman. Getting robbed? Yeah, that's another thing. So there's two, like, very common types of IRL streams now. There's the type where you sit in your house and do something, and that something could be nothing. In this case, nothing is something. So there's that type, and then there's the type that's out and about, streaming, like outside. I feel like the ones that are in their home, safe, are very safe, no matter what, right? But the ones that are outside streaming in IRL, that's very dangerous, in my opinion. Oftentimes, people will come up to them on the street and be like, hey, I was just in the neighborhood and I saw you were streaming, so I came over to give you these cookies or some shit. It's only, like, a matter of time before someone just does something bad, you know? And I don't like that idea. I think it's dangerous the more popular the streamer gets. So that it gets to a point where the streamer is so popular that there are thousands of people watching, and, you know, it's dangerous to me. See, IRL streaming in Japan and shit is good too. I like the idea, right? Because Japan is really safe, you know? Very safe. It's a safe place. But in America, it's kind of dangerous. I don't know. Maybe I'm being paranoid, but I don't think I would want to do it. It feels unsafe. Streaming in your home is whatever. And doing the grocery shopping thing like Flo did earlier also is not that big of a deal. But being somewhere that's publicly, like, easy to identify, like, I'm gonna go to the Eiffel Tower, and everyone is there. That's not in America, obviously, but you get my point. I'm already jealous of everyone that's going to Evo Japan. But I'm not jealous of the 12-hour flight. In fact, I'm pretty grateful that I don't have to be on that flight. That's my silver lining. Excuse me. My silver lining is that I won't have to be on that long-ass flight. IRL Super Arcade stream? Nah, but I'm sure somebody will. The whole selfie stick thing, I bought one. I own one. So I was seriously considering it. But when you bring it down to go time, and it's like, alright, it's time to do it, it's hard, man. Even without a selfie stick, pulling out your phone in a restaurant and talking to it, and being like, alright, I just ate this hot dog, it's in my mouth, okay, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 9, you know, whatever. That in itself is challenging, let alone a selfie stick out. You know, people are subscribing, you're like, hey, thanks for subbing, you know, and all these people are around. You know, fuck that, man. That shit's crazy. Too much, you know, too many things, too many ow, I hit my arm on my desk. too many ingredients in that recipe, you know? Let's fucking simplify it. For me, I can't handle it.